Hello, my name's Heather O'Connell of Hearth of the Heart, and I am here to share with you a ceremony that I call Reclaiming Your Power with Fire ceremony. This ceremony was gifted to me by Grandfather Fire, who is an ally that I work with. And in short, Grandfather Fire is one of our oldest elemental ancestors. A few things that you can have on hand to for this ceremony to support bringing what Sandra likes to refer to as the metaphysical into the physical um, are a couple of stones, just very simple stones that you can find outside. They can be smaller or bigger than this. I do always like to ask the stone if it's willing to participate in my ceremony. And these are stones that you're going to be releasing afterwards. So I don't recommend using crystals or stones that you have a fondness for or an attachment to. So I would recommend gathering maybe 5 to 7 stones. An eye covering, which can be so very simple. You can use a scarf, you can use one of those night masks, or you can just very simply use a dish towel. So, one more thing to have on hand. And then if you have available to you a candle in a fire safe container, it doesn't need to look like this. It could look like this. Really any candle that you have in a fire safe container will do. And these are not required to do the ceremony. They're just added things that you can put in to, and I'll explain what you'll do with the rocks at the end of the ceremony. So just some things to keep in mind, and obviously something to light your candle. Well, I'd like to start by just calling in sacred space and walking you through a grounding meditation to just sort of help set the container. Before I do that, the other thing that I'll mention, if you do decide to gather some of the other things before participating in the ceremony, the question that you can pose to yourself is, what or whom have I given my power to? And I want to make a really clear distinction in that we're not talking about what or whom has taken my power, more so, what or whom have I given my power to? In life, there are many circumstances where we find ourselves as children, growing up, and even into adulthood, where we tend to share our energy in a way that sometimes can come from a place of desperation or wounding or just not understanding how we might be giving our energy away. And so the ceremony is an opportunity to really reclaim that vitality and to reclaim your vital power, your vital essence, and also gives you an opportunity to say what needs to be said. So, anyways, I'll get into that a bit more after we call in sacred space and I more thoroughly explain the ceremony. So I just invite you to go ahead and relax, get in a position that's comfortable for you, ideally for the grounding meditation. If you can sit upright or if sitting cross-legged on the floor is more comfortable for you, then I just invite you to go ahead and get in that position. And we're going to start off by just taking a few deep, what I like to call cleansing breaths. And by cleansing breath, I mean we're going to go ahead and take a deep inhale. And then on our exhale, we're just going to blow out whatever is keeping us from being fully present in this moment. We kind of get spread out throughout the day through conversations, through traveling, through all of these different places and things that we think and or physically travel to. So this is just an opportunity for us to just blow out whatever doesn't need to be with us right now so that we can be fully present for the ceremony. So let's go ahead and take 3 deep cleansing breaths. Very good. Now I invite you to go ahead and just close your eyes. And I invite you to bring your attention, sort of like just bringing your eyes, allowing them to float down into your belly, and just sort of focusing your intention there in your belly. And then allowing your attention to rise up into your heart. And then from your heart up into your head. And then using your imagination, you're going to go ahead and reach out from the top of your head, reaching up into the sky, all the way up through all the layers of the sky, out of the Earth's atmosphere, up into the cosmos, reaching all the way up to the highest point in the universe until you sense or see this beautiful golden divine light. And when you get up there, I invite you to just take a few moments to really feel into the quality of that divine light. This light that connects us to our divinity, that offers us blessings and protection. Just really allowing yourself to be there, to maybe want to wrap yourself in that golden light. And then with your breath, I invite you to go ahead and take a deep breath in. And as you're taking your deep breath in, you're pulling down that golden light. And we're going to go ahead and, with our breath, just keep pulling that golden light down, down through the cosmos, down into the Earth's atmosphere, down through all the layers of the sky, pulling it down into you, into your day, and into our ceremony. Allowing this golden light to flow in through the top of your head and to flow throughout your body like a river stream as it blesses every single cell in your body, attuning you to your divinity, really allowing that golden light to flow into every little nook and cranny in your body, down to your fingertips, your toes. Just feeling really good and full of that golden light. And then again, we're going to use our breath and take a deep breath in. And then on our exhale, we're going to go ahead and imagine a grounding cord coming and growing from the base of our spine. And we're going to send that grounding cord down through the floor and down into the earth, allowing that golden energy, that golden light to flow down our cord as we reach our grounding cord deeper and deeper into the earth. Maybe you notice how the cool, moist earth feels as you stretch your cord deeper and deeper, going all the way down through the terra firma, reaching all the way down until you sense or see that you have reached the center of the earth. Allowing that golden light to flow down into the center of the earth. And I invite you to go ahead and anchor your cord there in the center of the earth. You might imagine little roots growing out from your cord and sort of rooting into the center of the earth. Sometimes I imagine a spear of stone that I sort of wrap my cord around. Really, whatever feels right for you. Just take a moment to really anchor yourself there. And once you feel good and anchored, I invite you to, with your sight and or senses, to feel into the silver liquid earth energy that is cool and still and replenishing, that connects us to our humanity, And just take a few moments to really feel into the quality of that silver liquid earth energy. And now with your breath, you're going to go ahead and take a deep inhale. And on your inhale, you're going to begin to pull that silver energy up your grounding cord. With your exhale, pulling it further up your grounding cord, sort of like sucking up liquid through a straw. Pulling that silver energy all the way up your grounding cord, up into you, into your day, and into our ceremony. Allowing the silver energy to enter in through the base of your spine and to mix with the golden energy, creating the perfect combination of above and below, humanity and divinity, and allowing that mixture to flow and fill your entire body. Again, inviting this energy to bless every single cell in your body. You're going to go ahead and bring your attention back down into the center of the earth. You're going to pull that silver energy up your grounding cord, up your spine, out through the top of your head, and you're going to send that silver energy all the way up to the highest point in the universe where we pull down that golden light. And now, and we will move into our invocation for the Reclaiming Your Power with Fire ceremony. We give thanks for those whom we're about to invite. We invite the divine to be present. We invite Mother, Father, God, Great Spirit, Great Mystery to be present. We invite the compassionate healers and protectors of all realms. We invite the compassionate teachers and ascended masters. We invite the directions of East and illumination and new beginnings. We invite the direction of South and curiosity. We invite the direction of West and introspection. We invite the direction of North and maturity, community, and responsibility. And we invite the compassionate guardians of the directions. We invite the elements of air and clarity, fire and transformation, water purification, and earth manifestation, and we ask for a perfect rebalancing of these elements. We invite our power animals, teachers in human form, and compassionate healed ancestors, and we thank you so much for lending your power. We invite the compassionate spirits of the land where we live, the grandmothers and grandfathers of the trees, the compassionate elementals, the compassionate hidden folk, and the spirit of place. And we thank you for allowing this work to happen here and ask that it not only bless us, but that it bless our families and the land and communities in which we live and work. We invite the four great winds. We invite the compassionate archangels, the sentinel angels, and the guardians of light. And we thank the sentinel angels for holding us in a sphere of light and protection for the duration of this ceremony, opening up the space in between so that healing and wisdom and growth can flow easily. We invite the consciousness of Grandfather Fire in his most compassionate and benevolent form to be here with us, to support, guide, and help us transform in this ceremony. And we thank you so much for being here with us, Grandfather. And we give thanks for the blessings and healing that we know will happen today. Thank you and welcome. All right. So I really like to walk people through a ceremony before I lead it. I find it kind of helps our intellect to be more in alignment with what we're doing. Um, so in the Reclaiming Your Power with Fire ceremony, as I said before, we are really tuning into and inviting the power that we have given away to come back to us. And as I spoke about before, there is a distinction in the difference between whom or what has taken my power and whom or what have I given my power to. And it's not to say that your power cannot be taken by another. However, it has a very different feeling tone to it to approach this ceremony with a who or what has taken something from me, as opposed to the personal responsibility and accountability that comes along with who or what whom have I given my power to. The other reason I tend to shy away from whom or what has taken my power is that sometimes those particular dynamics can be a little more involved and maybe would be helpful to have the assistance of a practitioner to really explore whom or what has taken your power, just to sort of help to unravel that story that can sort of go along with whom or what has taken something from me. So I just invite you to really work with this. Whom or what have I given my power to? And you might be really surprised by who or what shows up. There are two different ways to approach the ceremony, and I'll go over the format here in a minute. One is you are welcome to go in with a very specific person and or thing that you want to invite into the ceremony to reclaim your power from. That's one way to approach it. And you can do one or the other in the ceremony. You don't have to choose one or the other before. The other option is to just invite someone or something whom you have given your power to come and sit with you. And so, in that respect, it can be a total surprise. Now, when I say something, what I mean is it could be a habit, it could be an attitude, it could be, um, a thought form. It could be a narrative that you have. It could be, for example, something that I have worked with my entire life is obesity and my weight. And so sometimes what comes up in this ceremony for me is that obesity comes and sits across the fire for me. And I kind of get to see, what does obesity look like? What is the form that it takes for me? What is this relationship that I have with this label or this narrative? What form is it showing up for me in? And I can learn a lot as to what I've projected onto it, what it's trying to tell me, what it's trying to show me just through meeting that form. I also want to say it's completely normal to feel a little overwhelmed or to have some anxiety arise around this particular ceremony. That is completely normal. And one of the things that Grandfather Fire is going to help us with in the ceremony is to release the emotions, the feelings, the energy, the debris, whatever needs to be released around this reclaiming of fire. And then as we're reclaiming our power, it's also going to be cleansed through the fire. So it is an opportunity for us to really let go. And, sometimes with ceremony, it really does sort of activate some things and kick some things up. And that's not a bad thing. That means that the ceremony's working. So yeah, so that's what I'll say about that. So the steps of the ceremony are as such. If you do have your physical rocks, I like to have them somewhere nearby. You might put them on your lap, depending on how you journey. Some people like to lay down, some people sit up, some people stand up, but just have them somewhere where they're really easy to access in the journey. Um, you'll have your eye covering. I know some people don't like to use eye coverings, or they think that I really encourage you to give one a try if you're not used to using one, because there is something really tangible about blocking out the light to be able to fully drop into the journey. And at this time, I would invite you, if you do have your candle, to go ahead and light your candle. And this is our act of really inviting Grandfather Fire and the primal element of fire to be here in this ceremony with us. So in the ceremony, I will be guiding you. It is a guided ceremony for the most part. I'll be guiding you with the drum. We are going to walk a moonlit path to a fire. When we get to the fire, there will be two seats. There will be a seat with the back facing you as you walk up. That's going to be your seat, and there'll be a seat across the fire from you. We'll take a few moments to connect with the fire. If you have your rock, once we've connected with the fire, we're going to take a moment and we're going to invite someone or something whom we have given our power to come and sit across from us. If you're in the journey and you don't have the physical rock, you're going to pretend to place a rock, and not pretend, but in your journey, place a rock in front of you. That's going to represent the person or thing that you are reclaiming your power from. If you have the physical rock, you're just going to physically either have it in your hand or you can place it in front of you as you're journeying. And you're going to give that someone or something, it's up to you if you want to give them an opportunity to say anything. Really, the main focus here is to give you the opportunity to say what you feel like you need to say to this someone or something. Now, the fire that's in between you is acting as a protector and as a cleanser. That is what Grandfather and the primordial fire will be doing for us. Every exchange that we have with the someone or something across from us will happen through the fire. The fire won't burn you. It won't physically harm you or burn you in any way. It is, as I said, acting as that filter. So you're going to say what needs to be said, whatever you feel like you need to say. You can yell, you can scream, you can cry, you can be compassionate. It is completely up to you how you feel like you need to express yourself. Then you're going to hand back, which you might not even know what that is. You're just going to find that you have something in your hand that you're going to hand through the fire and hand back to them. And it's whatever you're carrying that's theirs that you don't need to carry anymore. And then they are going to hand to you, and you're going to, in your hand, as your hand's over there, you're going to pull it back through the fire, and that's what's yours. That's your power. And however you feel to bring it back into you, some people like to bring it back in as a hug, bring it into their heart, their solar plexus. I really invite you to make this yours in that way. Really just follow your intuition. You're not doing it wrong. Just however you feel to welcome that energy back in. Then they will get up and they will leave. You will take another stone, you will place it in front of you, and you will invite someone or something to come and sit with you whom you have given your power to. Same thing. You're going to say whatever needs to be said. You're going to hand them back through the fire, whatever is theirs. You're going to take back your power and whatever is yours, remembering that that's all getting cleansed as it's being pulled through the fire. And you're going to bring it back into yourself. With all group ceremonies, some people work faster than others, so don't worry if you are a little behind my voice, if you are a little ahead of my voice. After you do it twice, you'll have it down. And at the very end, I will invite everyone to merge and step into the fire to just burn off anything extra that doesn't need to come back. And then we'll go ahead and close our ceremony. So that, in a nutshell, is the Reclaiming Power with Fire ceremony. And so I invite you to go ahead and get comfortable in whatever position feels right for you for the ceremony. And I'll give everyone a moment to do that. You might want to pause the recording if needed. Okay. All right. I invite you to close your eyes and to take a deep breath. I invite you to imagine yourself on a well moonlit path in the forest. And before you begin to walk the path, I invite you to take a few moments to put down anything you're carrying that doesn't need to come with you. Any worries, concerns, emotions, thoughts, distractions. Just go ahead and put them down there on the side of the path. Your helpers will take care of them for you. Then I invite you to take a few moments to call yourself home. To call yourself home from all of the places that you have been in thought, in heart, physically. Just calling yourself back to be fully present here on this path for this ceremony. Then I invite you to begin walking the path, noticing how the earth feels below your feet with each step. Beginning to open up your senses. What is the temperature on your path? Is the air moving or still? You notice that there's something that feels very comforting about the light of the moon shining down on you as you walk the path. As you look up ahead, you see a campfire and you walk towards it. As you approach the campfire, you notice two seats across from each other with the fire in the center. You take the seat closest to you and you sit with the fire a moment. I invite you to give the fire a mind-generated offering of maybe some tobacco, some dried herbs, a gift in exchange for the service of the fire. I invite you to ask Grandfather Fire to help you illuminate and release. Grandfather, thank you for helping me to illuminate and release what is not mine and to reclaim what is rightfully mine. To release what's not mine and to reclaim what is rightfully mine. And you begin by placing a stone in front of you. And you call for someone or something with whom you have given your power away to come and sit with you. As I said before, this can be a person, a habit, or an attitude. And as they come sit with you, take a moment to observe their form. What do you notice? If it's a person, maybe it's a younger version than they are now. You can give them an opportunity to say what they would like to say or not. More importantly, I invite you to say what you feel needs to be said. When you feel complete with expressing what you needed to express, you're going to cup your hand up and you'll notice that there's something in your hand. You're going to reach through the fire and hand it back to them, giving them back what's theirs that you don't need to carry anymore. And they are going to hand back to you what is yours as you bring it and cleanse it through the fire and welcome it back into you. Excuse me. And then they're going to get up and walk away. And you will place another stone before you and invite someone or something else whom you have given your power to come and sit at the fire with you. Take whatever time you need to express what needs to be expressed. And then when you're ready, reaching over the fire and handing them back what's theirs. Receiving your power and your vitality, pulling it back through the fire and welcoming it back into yourself. Then again, placing another stone in front of you, inviting someone or something with whom you have given your power to come and sit with you. Taking whatever time you need to express yourself. Reaching through the fire and handing them back what's theirs. Receiving what's yours. Pulling it through the fire and receiving it back into you. And then when you feel complete, the seat is clear across from you. I invite you, if it feels right, to step into the fire, to allow the flames to burn away any debris, any energy that is ready to go, that is no longer serving you. to take a moment to thank Grandfather for his assistance, to gather your rocks, and to begin walking the path back to your body. And if you feel it would be helpful as you walk the path back to your body to work with the water, then I invite you to simply imagine a river stream next to your path, to take a moment to give thanks to the water and to ask the water to replenish you. And when you're ready, getting in the stream and allowing the water to wash over you and through you, replenishing your energy, softening you, nourishing you. Maybe you even notice the faint scent of your favorite flowers. And once you feel good and replenished and nourished, I invite you to step out of the stream and to walk the path all the way back to your body. Good work. I have to say, I commend you. I commend you for your courage and embarking and completing this ceremony. And it is my gift to you, my gift from Grandfather. And we give thanks to all of the compassionate and benevolent helping spirits that assisted us in this work, especially Grandfather Fire. And if you worked with the water at the end, Grandmother Water. I invite you to go ahead and send the golden energy back up from the center of the earth, up your grounding cord, up your spine, out through the top of your head, and back up to its home, the highest point in the universe, and giving thanks for this great power. I invite you to pull down the silver energy from the highest point in the universe, down through the top of your head, your spine, your grounding cord, sending it back all the way down to its home in the center of the earth, and giving thanks for this great power. Pulling up your grounding cord, tucking it back into the base of your spine, knowing it's always there for you if you need more grounding. Again, we give thanks and we release you with love and gratitude. Bye now.